else. There we go. The neighbor's music is not picking up on this video. Alright, let's see here. Look over the notes one more time, see where I'm at. It should be a little closer. Alrighty, okay. Am I ready? Might be ready. Good morning. Welcome to the Little Fish Stitches podcast. My name is Megan. I am your podcast hostess and creative person behind my Etsy shop, Little Fish Stitches. I am coming to you today, July 15th. Yeah, got the date right. It is approximately 10:30 in the morning, which is why I'm up on my deck and not in the yard over there where I was last week, because I don't want direct sunlight on me. It's not great for videoing. Here I am already rambling, trying not to ramble. I am an easily distracted person, apparently. Let's try this. Okay. So if this is your first time joining me today, this is my 10th episode, and I podcast about knitting and sewing and a little bit about my life in general. Like I said, I have a Etsy shop where I sell hand-dyed yarn and clothespin aprons and mason jar cozies and a little bit of art. It's kind of a jumble of things, I guess. So if you want a little more detail on that, I suggest watching last week's episode, because I went into far too much detail about that Etsy shop stuff. So I would like to say thank you to all of my returning viewers, and welcome if this is your first time here. Thank you for joining us. Me. Well, unless you count the dog wandering around the yard, there's no us, or the guys inside. I am married and have been so for 17 years. I have 2 children. My son James is 13 and a half, and my son Connor is 8. And they both have their challenges, let's put it that way, but I love them dearly. So places you can find me. I can be found, of course, on Instagram, because that's my favorite place to be, as Little Fish Stitches, all one word. I can be found on Ravelry as Little Fish Stitches minus the E, because, hey, my name's too long for them. And then I am also on Facebook, although I don't post in there terribly often, and I'm also Little Fish Stitches there, so you just have to search that and you'll probably find me. So I have no finished objects this week. My 2 most recent are my Find Your Fade shawl and this sweater back here that is still, as far as I know, nameless. I call it my sun on my shoulders because it's got these mesh sleeves. My sun on my shoulders summer tee, and I finished that, I don't know, almost a month ago. At least a month ago now, I think. I'm pretty sure. My dog is wandering up to me. Like, can I come over and be petted? Don't you dare knock into the tripod, Bella. Be careful. She's standing right under the tripod. It's okay, Bella. Hi, Bella. Go play. Go play. Yes. Have clean jeans on. They smell nice, don't they? Will you stop sniffing them? Seriously. She's gonna sit there and sniff my knees. Guess I might as well have a sip of my coffee. I gotta show you guys my mug. It's my happy mug, and it looks like knitting. And it's bright yellow on the inside. So it's just coffee. I'm not big into the what am I drinking today thing. So occasionally I will say, occasionally I won't even have a drink with me. Alright. See, I told you I'm easily distracted. So as you can see, I'm sitting on my deck, which is sort of enclosed in this particular spot. You guys will kind of laugh at this. I'm sitting right here, like 2 feet away is a door to the master bathroom. And right there, about 5 feet away, is a hot tub, which makes sense for the door in the bathroom, but we don't use our hot tub. I actually want to get rid of it. Anybody want a free hot tub? I don't know what my husband would say to that, but I want to get rid of it. We need to rebuild our deck. It's really kind of in terrible shape. So, alright. Once again, easily distracted. But, I mentioned my most recent FOs, these 2 items. And I just kind of put them out here to disguise my ugly deck. Yes, now you know the truth. That's why they're here. Okay, so like I said, no FOs. But I have a couple of whips to show you, so I will whip those out. Oh my gosh, I'm so punny. Okay, so first off, I'm going to show you my Earnest cardigan that I've been working on. And that is by Joji Locatelli. And I am knitting it in... Oh my gosh, the colorway is water green. Now I have my son looking at me from the living room window. Water green, Malabrigo sock, that's the name of the yarn. And it is living in that Crafty little fox awesome bag. I think it's called Like a Boss bag. So I made lots and lots and lots and lots of progress on this week. I am using ChowGoo interchangeables size 5 needles. And look at this, you guys. Look at this, look at this. Oh, that's inside out. I bound off the hem. I bound off the hem. That means the body is done. Oh man, I so wanted to post this on Instagram. I finished this a couple of days ago, the hem. And oh man, I so wanted to post on Instagram, but I also wanted to save it for this because I was just so excited. And I kept kind of telling my husband, and I'm like, hey Brian, I bound off my sweater. And he's like, and then he saw me working on the sleeve. He's like, aren't you done with that yet? And I'm like, no, I still have sleeves to do, but I finished the body. I got a little excited about it. Can you tell? So, I want to show you my progress markers. So, this is where I was last Saturday when I podcasted. Hair's flying everywhere. Look how much I did. Seriously. I went crazy. I also kind of neglected my son's blanket. I did not work at my son's blanket at all this week. I'm a bad mama. So, I got the last, I don't know, what is that, 4 or 5 inches of my cardigan body done. And now, up here, where'd it go? The sleeves are hiding from me. I've, see where my little seahorse stitch marker is where I had my waist yarn. So that's where I started the sleeve. So I've done about 1 inch on this sleeve, but then I got distracted again. So on Thursday, I got my yarn in. I showed you guys a pattern last week in acquisitions. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my acquisitions in between. I'm going to have a acquisition sandwich with whips. Does that make sense? Acquisition. No, whip. Acquisition. Whip. I'm a weirdo. I can't help it. So, anyway. I made great progress on this. And I'm so excited. And I think I will get to finish this by the end of the summer. Shocking. So, that's that. Next is acquisitions. Hang on while I reach. Ugh. Okay. So, I told you I had ordered some yarn from Knit Picks to make the Soul Sister summer tank top thing and it's worsted weight. So I just grabbed, I'm doing it in 2 colors. The pattern only shows it in 1 color, but it's, the majority of the body is knit, and then there's this nice wide lace crochet band around the waist and a little bit along the neckline. And I decided I wanted to do contrasting, so crochet is going to be in the different color than the main body. So my main body is in this, it's 60% Pima cotton, 40% modal. Not sure exactly what that is, but I'm assuming it's some sort of breathable nylon. And it's worsted weight, 75 yards, 50 grams for this little thing. And this, oddly, I'm really surprised. It is super, super soft. I'm loving working with it. I've gone through 2 of these balls already this week. And then this is going to be my contrast color, this pale blue. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is a Sailor, and this one is Clarity. So these were like 2 something each on Knit Picks. So, and they were having a sale, so I specifically chose items that were on sale. So that's my acquisitions, kind of, sort of. I'm reaching for the other one. So I got a, can't remember if I told you exactly what I ordered. But one of my favorite podcasts, as I'm sure it's the favorite of many, many people, because they are so very popular, is the Grocery Girls. Now, Jody and Tracy are sisters, and I enjoy watching a couple episodes of their podcast, usually every week. And I'm the kind of person, I work from episode 1 forward. And if I like it, yay. If I don't like it, I stop watching. Grocery Girls, I've been on and off working on my way through, so I'm nowhere near caught up with them. Nowhere near it, because they like long episodes. But anyway, Jody, Mrs. Brown's bags. Can you guess where I'm going? I got a Mrs. Brown's bag. Look at that. Ain't it pretty? It's garter stitch print. Mrs. Brown's bags. Yeah, you can read it better in that way. So, excuse me. Look at this bag while I cough. Gosh, sorry. So, it took, I don't know, like 3 weeks to get here from Canada. But I like it. It's cute. Nothing super exciting on the inside. It's just this pale tan fabric, but it's very well made. She obviously knows what she's doing. So I've got my I like to mark up my patterns and fold them and beat them to death, so if I make them again I have to print a new one. So here is my Soul Sister tank top. I don't lose things. This is done in panels, which I've never done before. I kind of wish it was in the round, but there it is. I'm just last night started section 2. Did you see these garter ridges here? Section 2, and then the crochet edge will go down here once I have built the body pieces and put them together, I'm assuming. I don't know. I haven't read the whole pattern. I'm bad. But look at that. That's like 2 days of work. And I'm making the largest size that they have on there. And I'm hoping it fits. Because I am, like you can tell, a slightly larger person. I have lost weight though. Like almost 30 pounds now. I'm doing good. But my bust is still like an inch or so larger than the largest size listed on the pattern. I can live with that because I am losing weight. So that is that. Making good progress on it. It's flying by because it's worsted weight. So yeah. So there's that. And of course I did make, pardon my reach here, and see, I really need to see this hole in my, I have a board missing. I need to redo my deck someday when I'm rich. Yeah, right. So I made a page in my project book, if I can get to it, for my Soul Sister cup. There it is. Started on Thursday. Haven't bound off yet, obviously. So, there's that. And that's it for whips, since I totally ignored the blanket like I said earlier. There's a chair over here that I've got. I really should pull it closer so I don't have to lean quite so far. Pardon the noise if you hear anything. Alright. There. No, I don't have to reach quite so far. Okay. This one little hair has decided it's just going to do its own thing. Stupid hair. And as you can see, it is time for some color. I have an appointment on Tuesday. Greatly looking forward to it. My hair's been driving me nuts lately. That's kind of why I curled it this morning. Hoping that would help. Okay. So, I'm going to talk about pod stalking. So, I kind of couldn't rip myself away from the soccer magician this week. I watched a lot of him. Again, his name's Nathan Taylor. Lives in London. Has excessively long podcasts, which I kind of like. So, works for me. And then the other one that I watched. Okay, there's a story behind this. My friend Lacey, who does the Knitted Cupcake podcast, you should look her up, she's awesome. And I actually know Lacey in person. She grew up in the same town as me, and we went to church together. So, she's living in Oregon now, whereas I still live in Washington State. And she actually just moved there a couple weeks ago. So, she's part of a group of other podcasters. She started podcasting before I did. Like last fall sometime, and I started this year. Approximately 10 weeks ago, since this is my 10th episode, and I'm at once a week. So she's part of this group of 7 or 8, 7, I believe it's 7 different podcasters who are, you know, smaller podcasters like me who don't have a huge following, like, unlike people like the Sock Magician or whatever, or Grocery Girls, or Katie of Inside 23, or, you know, people like that who are pretty well known in the knitting podcasting world. As in thousands and thousands and thousands of subscribers on YouTube. Pardon me, my throat's acting up, so I'm just going to have another sip. So my friend Lacey knows this person via podcasting. And then, so I started following her on Instagram, and I joined, they have a group on Ravelry for all 7 of these podcasters, and they call it the, and pardon my language here, because I didn't choose the name, they did. It's the Slow Ass Knitters Club. And, or something like that. And they were doing a knit along, which really, I think it's like my first actual knit along that I put an FO in for summer tops. So my T here is entered in their summer top cow. Knit along, KAL, knit along. So I started following several of those ladies. I'm not sure I've gotten all of them yet, but I've started following several of them and watching now 2 other podcasts besides Lacey's. So coffee needs to kick in or something, because I'm just like so anyway, I'm trying to tell this story, and it's taking a very long time for what really is a very short story. So Lacey turned me on to this particular podcaster / person on Instagram. So I watched her like 7 of her episodes yesterday. While I was, I don't know if you follow on me on Instagram, you might have seen the mountain of laundry on my bed that I had to deal with for my year-old son. Which thankfully I did pare way down. But anyway, I'm so sorry, you guys. I cannot. I swear, I must be ADHD like my kid. Because I cannot keep a straight thought in my head. It's like, I don't know. Like I said, I am weird. Alright, get your act together, Megan. Okay. Watched this podcast, enjoyed it. I guess I should get to the name of the podcast. It's Lucky Jenny Knits. So, I watched a bunch of her episodes yesterday. And Thursday night, this is the fun part, Thursday night, earlier in the week, I can't remember what day, there's someone else that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Jen. She has the Perfect Stitch Fiber Company. I believe that's the name of it. That's what I wrote down in my notes. She's actually a person who is also in Washington, although she's in the middle of the state and I'm over on the coast edge. And so it's at least 5 hours away from me where she lives. Because yes, Washington is a rather large state. You could fit Rhode Island into the county I live in Washington State. Yeah. Anyway, I know this because my kids have asked me. So I've had to look it up. But anyway, Perfect Stitch Fiber Company, Jen, she put together a virtual knit night. And so she put a call out on Instagram saying, hey, who wants to join me on Thursday night at 5 o'clock Pacific time? And I was like, hello, me. I want to. So, she sent me a link, and I have never, ever in my life done Google Hangout, which is how we did this thing. And, so it was kind of funny. I tried to set it up on my computer, but the webcam or something on my computer it was not going to cooperate. So I had to switch over and use on my phone, which worked fine, which was perfect. So, I think there ended up being 7 people who didn't have technical difficulties, or people show up randomly, meaning they had to leave or things like that. So it was so fun. I think we ended up hanging out for about an hour and a half, and Jen provided like a handful of prompt questions, and she'd be like, okay, what have you been, what's your knit crush right now? What pattern is your knit crush right now? And I'm like, ooh, Soul Sister. But anyway, and what's your current favorite Etsy shop, and things like that. And so it was a lot of fun. There were several people over on the East Coast. There was a slightly bigger handful of people on the West Coast. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And one of the people who was part of the group was Jenny of Lucky Jenny Knits. And so I got to actually talk to her a little bit in almost real life. And it was a lot of fun. She's a really sweet lady. So that was really enjoyable. So really that is what prompted me to, I have been meaning to, but that's really what prompted me to get watching her podcast, and I really enjoy it. And a funny story, as I was watching her podcast last night, my husband walks into our bedroom where I have it on our smart TV, and I'm folding that massive pile of laundry, and he walks in and he looks at the TV and he goes, is that our house? I'm like, what? What do you mean? That lady, is she in our house? I'm like, no. Why do you say that? Well, everything in the picture looks familiar. Like, I guess we just have similar style. I love my husband. He's a dork, but I love him. Yeah, so that was probably the highlight of my week this week. So that's basically it for nitty stuff. Now on to life stuff. Life this week has slowed down majorly, and really I'm very thankful. The last month has been rush. Work as hard as you can, work late hours, work early hours, don't get enough sleep, be cranky mama. So this week has been nice. I worked my normal 1 day a week job on Monday, and Tuesday I just got to stay home and work on my other job, my sewing job, and just be home. And as I am a homebody, that makes me happy. So there's part of why that virtual knit night was perfect for me. I was like, yay, knit night at home where I don't have to worry about leaving the house and being dressed up nice. Although, since it was Thursday night, I hadn't changed my clothes from Thursday is my 1 day a week that I go out to Ocean Shores, where my boss's house is, and work out there. So I was still dressed and I had makeup on and things like that. So I looked nice, but it wasn't really intentional. It was just left over from the day. So then yesterday, basically it was, I didn't work at all yesterday, as far as, you know, the kind you get paid for doing. I went out in my front yard. We have these rock beds lining the front edge of our property, and I had to go pull weeds, and I pulled I did about half of the larger section before I'm like, I can't do this anymore. My legs will be falling off soon because I did so many squats, basically. Up and down, up and down, up and down. And I don't have anywhere to dump all my weeds. There's not, I mean, my neighbor across the road from us he's like, this section of road that I live on, there's 8 houses, boom, 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 boom. Mine being the 8th house. And then, there's one neighbor across the street, and his house is way up at the intersection, and I'm way down at the other intersection. But his property stretches from up there to down to the other intersection, so most of his property is just brush, nothing exciting. So I used to go, and I'm not the only one who does this. Several neighbors up the route do it. I used to put just yard waste, and nothing major as far as yard waste goes, like weeds that I would pull over in the brush where nobody would really even notice except him, of course. Well, he put up no dumping, no trespassing signs along his property this past year, and now I have nowhere to dump my weeds. I don't know what to do. I'm not gonna do it if that's not something he wants anybody doing. So, and having lived in this house for 8 years now, this is the first year he's ever complained about it in any way, shape, or form. So, whatever. It's not like I dump actual trash over there. It's just yard waste. But anyway. So now I guess I'm going to have to load them up and take them to my parents' woods. Either my parents or my husband's parents. They both have places on their property that work for dumping yard waste. So, yeah. That's I don't know. I'm rambling again, you guys. Sorry about that. So, let's see here. Besides yard work yesterday, there was laundry. Piles and piles and piles of laundry. I filled one 13-gallon garbage bag full of clothes to get rid of for my younger son. Threw a bunch of stuff that was just crap clothes away. And so basically I cut his pile of laundry in half, which was awesome. And at the same time, while I was doing that, I packed his bag for camp. He's leaving tomorrow afternoon to go to sleepaway camp for a week. This is the second year he's done it. My husband and son's tribe, the Quinault Indian Nation, they pay for the youth of a certain age range. I believe it's from going into 2nd grade to going into 8th grade. They pay for the kids who live in our county to go to camp for a week. I get to send my kid to camp for free. There's no way I would be able to afford to send my kiddo to camp otherwise, because it's several $100s and I don't budget for that kind of thing. So anyway, my older son has been going for the past, I think we didn't realize it was an option for him until he was going into 3rd grade, I think it was. So he started going, and he could go this year, but he chose not to. And this is something that I get because I am a white person and my children look like white people. He doesn't want to go because, and he's not specifically saying this, but this is what my husband and I suspect, because my husband dealt with this also, because he also looks like a white person. He does not look Native American very much, even though he is 1/4 Native. Is the kids who are 100% and look it aren't very nice to the kids who look white. And I'm like, okay. I can't claim any knowledge because despite the fact that I am married to a Native American, I don't have a lot of experience in his culture. Because he grew up on the reservation and I did not, obviously. And so it irritates the heck out of me because they are members of the Quinault Indian Nation. My children are. And I just hit the half-hour mark. Hopefully I didn't lose too much there. I would like it if there weren't those prejudices. But there are. My children are Native American. They look white. They look Caucasian, whatever you want to call it. And people are cruel to them for that reason. There are prejudices everywhere in this world. People just got to get over themselves. And I'm sorry if that offends anybody, but that is what I feel. And I don't want to get too political about it, but that's just what I feel. So, anyway, there are many things that I love about the fact that my husband and children are Native. I love that cultural heritage that they have. It's an amazing thing. People could teach their kids to be nicer. And that goes for any human being in the world. So, yeah, kiddo going off to camp for an entire week. Older kiddo staying home for an entire week. Should be interesting. Yeah. So, that's about it. Oh, wait. I wanted to do my favorite things section, and I forgot a little earlier, but since it's not really knitting related stuff, I will do that now. I'm going to start off with something kind of silly. Now, I have a Fitbit. And if you don't know what a Fitbit is, it's a step tracker / mine does heart rate monitor. And you know, like it tells you how many how many times you've gone up and down stairs and things like that, and how many calories you burn approximately, whatever. So this is mine, and my original band that came with this stopped clipping right here because, okay, I'll show you. I'm going to take this off for a minute. So it's got these little things you can switch out your bands. Well, my original band that came with this decided to stop clipping. So this week was Amazon Prime Day, and you may have seen me post about that, my husband's love of it, on Instagram that day. And they had these bands available for $11. And you want to know how many I got? Let me, which end of them? All right, they're good. Hang on one second. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. Okay, I got them. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Fitbit bands for $11. And they seem to be really good quality. So I have worn these 2 plus my navy blue one so far. I haven't worn the same one twice yet. I had to wear navy blue to match my my Doctor Who thingamabobber that I'm wearing. Because, yeah, I'm a dork, and I love Doctor Who, and I will wear clothing to let you know that. So, well, not really one of my favorite things. It really is one of my favorite things. I didn't really plan this part today. So, anyway, my next favorite thing, and you can see that I'm wearing a necklace, but you can't see what the necklace is, so I'm going to hold it up. This is my grandmother when she was 15 years old. And I don't know if you can tell very well. It's not, I'm going to try to get a little closer, but my camera doesn't like to focus close in. I'm going to pull it off. Ugh. I don't know if you can tell, but we could have been twins. My grandmother passed away when I was pregnant with my son Connor. So, this is my sentimental necklace. And my son Connor is partially named after my grandmother. Her first name was Patty Lou. So I decided to name my son's, give him the middle name of Patrick, which is close as you can really get to Patty Lou. She was one of my favorite people ever in the world. Loved that woman dearly. And I got a lot of good memories with her. And then my next thing on my favorites today, you see these earrings? These are cat's eye seashell earrings. I made these earrings. My husband's grandfather, on his mother's side, was a soldier in World War II. And he was posted in the Pacific Islands somewhere. I cannot remember exactly where. And he collected these seashells during World War II. How awesome is that? About 5 or 6 years ago, I think it was. And he still here and kicking it. He's doing okay for a 90-something-year-old man. He asked me to, when he lives over in Central Washington, and we were over visiting one time at Thanksgiving one year, and he gave me this little jar full of these little shells, and he asked me to make earrings for the female members of the family. And I was like, okay, you really want me to do this? And I was like, it took me a while to figure out how to do it, because I do have experience making jewelry. That's one of the crafts I have dabbled in. I even took these to a local jewelry store and asked them if they could drill some holes for me into the shells, and they're like, not with that kind of history behind them. We do not want to ruin anything. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I kind of don't blame you. So I eventually just used some glue, some E6000 glue, and these special backs that are on them that you can kind of see. So anyway, that was the least invasive solution to making these into earrings. And so I made a pair for myself and for my mother-in-law and my 2 sisters-in-law and a couple other ladies in the family, and then gave back the extras. And now I have a little bit of family history hanging from my ears today. It's pretty awesome in my opinion. I wear these fairly frequently, at least once a month, considering the amount of earrings that I have. That's pretty frequently. Well, my hair's just gone flat. Oh, that's awesome. Alright. Well, that pretty much wraps up today. If I can talk my husband into it, he might be making an appearance at the end in one of the clips at the end. But other than that, I don't really have any clips coming at the end. So, you never know. I might find... Oh, sorry, distracted by bird. So distractible. I will see what I can do to get my husband to... I have this thing, it's a silly little survey. I might try to get him to do it live with me. Live. Yeah. So, I've asked him before if he would mind being on the podcast, as long as it's not knitting related stuff. And he's like, well, maybe. So, once again, that's it for me. Thank you for joining me today. I so appreciate all of you being here. If you enjoyed my distracted ramblings, please like my video. Please subscribe to my channel. At last check a day or two ago, I was at 50 subscribers. And now my husband's speaking at me at the window. So I got the giggles. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, at 100 subscribers, I am going to do a giveaway. Some of my hand-dyed yarn. So, like, subscribe. Come on, people. Alright. Enough plugging myself. I guess I will go. I will talk to you all later. Have a very nitty week. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your summer and or winter, depending on where you're watching me from. Okay, bye. This is the awkward part, where I have to look normal, and I never can. Ah! My hair. Waiting for my husband to get his butt out here so we can film our little segment. Sit.
Why is it recording before I sit down?
Don't sit back and relax. That's not allowed.
Why not?
Because you fall into the couch.
Fine, I'll be tense.
Guys, this is my husband. His name is Brian.
Did you say he's famous Brian?
He's famous Brian. His name is also Brian. So. And he's wearing a beanie I made him. Because he thinks his hair looks bad. Okay. So, we're going to go through a list of questions. And he's going to answer them. And then he'll run through them. And I'll answer them. Right?
I guess.
Okay. And so it's answering questions about each other. So, what is something I always say?
Because I said so.
What makes me happy?
Knitting.
What makes me sad?
Not knitting.
How tall am I?
5 foot inches.
5 foot inches. 5 foot 2 inches. What's my favorite thing to do?
Sleep.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. What do I do when you're not around?
How should I know?
Take a wild guess.
Play video games.
No, that's you. If I become famous, what will I be?
Famous?
Be famous for? What will I be famous for?
I have no idea.
Thanks. What makes you proud of me?
Well, you always give it 100%.
Okay. What's my favorite food?
Do you even have one?
Not really, no.
Coffee then.
Yeah. Ooh, coffee, yes. What is my favorite restaurant?
Not sure you have one of those either.
I do. We don't go very often.
Mercado?
Yep. Where is my favorite place to visit?
Not sure you have one of those either.
No, not really. If I could go anywhere, where would it be?
Paris?
Yep. Do you think you could live without me?
Well, not very happily, but I'm sure I'd survive.
Okay. How do I annoy you?
By asking me a lot of questions.
What is my favorite movie?
Anna Green Gables?
Good guess. But no. Sound of Music.
Good thing.
Oh, I forgot to take this one out. I think it's silly because I don't have one. Who is my celebrity crush?
Will Smith.
You get a phone call that I am in trouble. Who am I with?
Probably Sarah. Statistically speaking.
My sister. Okay, what are my pet peeves? You probably don't know this one because we don't go to the bathroom in public together.
Yeah.
My worst pet peeve is in bathrooms, especially the handicap stalls. They put the toilet paper things either really low and then you're like falling off the tall toilet in the handicap stall, or just in really awkward positions. They need to put them up high where people can actually reach them without going to get the toilet paper. That really is frustrating to me. Ridiculous, I know. What can't I eat?
Seafood.
Yeah, it makes me gag. When shouldn't you talk to me?
When you're pooping?
Yeah, probably. What do I identify as my worst habit?
Procrastinating?
Yep, probably that's it. What am I most proud of?
Procrastinating?
No!
Look how long it took me to make this! It took like 3 years.
No.
Well, it took like 3 months of work, but
Yeah, okay, fine. What am I insecure about?
oh, your hair?
No.
Well, you are now.
No. I don't know. I'm not really insecure about a lot of things. Honestly, I'd have to say my weight. What is my fondest childhood memory?
I don't know.
Me either.
Throwing rocks at cars?
Yeah, I did that. And got in big trouble for it. I don't really have a specific one, I think. I just had a good childhood in general. What are the little things that make me happy? Words that come out of your mouth.
Okay.
Especially when you say I love you, but your sense of humor. How is my relationship with my parents?
Fine.
Awesome in general, yeah. Who do I consider my closest friend, other than you, of course?
Hi, Larry.
Also known as Hillary. When do you think I first fell in love with you?
Easter?
Of what year?
96.
That sounds about right. Alright, that's the list. Your turn.
What is something I always say?
And it.
Ayana. What makes me happy?
Yelling at the TV when you're playing video games?
Darn right. What makes me sad?
Video games.
How tall am I?
5'11"?
Somewhere around there. What's my favorite thing to do?
Play video games.
Close.
Act!
Yes.
Act! Sorry, I got the giggles now.
What do I do when you're not around?
Dance and sing? No. Play video games.
And watch movies.
Scary movies. Ugh.
If I become famous, what will I be?
An actor.
A famous actor.
True.
What makes you proud of me?
That you work so hard to support me and the boys.
What's my favorite food?
Pizza.
What's my favorite restaurant?
Papa Murphy's?
Oh, let that one go. Where is my favorite place to visit?
Portland.
I think you heard the question wrong.
It's his least favorite place.
I mean, I do like to do something there, but if I could go anywhere, where would it be?
I don't know. Hollywood to be an actor?
Do you think you could live without me?
Well, like you said, yes, but I wouldn't like it.
How do I annoy you?
You yell at the TV when you're playing video games.
Darn right. What's my favorite movie?
Princess Bride.
Who's my celebrity crush?
Do you have one?
Will Smith? You get a phone call that I am in trouble. Who am I with?
Steven.
What are my pet peeves?
I don't know. What?
Okay. What can't I eat?
Lactose.
When shouldn't you talk to me?
When you're pooping.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I do it anyway.
What do I identify as my worst habit?
I don't know.
Okay.
Not gonna inform me?
Well, what am I most proud of?
plays you've been in?
Dude, they're like right here.
Acting awards?
What am I insecure about?
Your hair?
Well, I am now. What is my fondest memory as a child?
I probably know one of your least fond memories as a child. The spider incident. When you knocked a tile out of the ceiling or something and there were spiders on the other side?
Nah, never happened.
What?
I did have tiles ceilings fall on me, but there were no spiders involved.
Oh.
Just a cat.
Oh. I'm confused then. It's been a while since I heard the story. I don't know then.
What are the little things that make me happy?
When I do things to take care of you that you don't expect.
Okay. What am I afraid of?
Spiders.
How's my relationship with my parents?
Pretty darn good.
Who do I consider my closest friend? It says other than you, of course.
Well, then probably Steven.
Yeah, probably. When do you think I first fell in love with you?
When we were 16-year-olds? I don't know. 17, something like that.
Sure.
Long time ago. Because you're 38 now, and I'm 37.
You'll be 38 soon enough.
I know. Thank you.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
Give me a kiss. You guys, it came in the mail while I'm sitting here editing my podcast. Sorry about the whispering. You see who that's from? Lemonade Shop. Not my first order from them, but live opening. Should probably stop whispering. Oh my goodness. Look, you guys. Look. Literally sitting here editing my podcast. I can see the driveway from where I'm at. And I watched the mailman drive up out there. And I'm like, I've been like stalking my package tracking. And I thought, it might be today because it was in Tacoma this morning. So, right here. So this one. It's pretty low on the flex from what I can see right now. I gotta dig in there and see. Oh, there's some. I hope there's a lot more flex in there, but I'm not seeing a lot. Anyway, this one is called Warrior Princess from the Lemonade Shop. This one looks pretty good to me. Look at that. Kind of reminds me of like sherbet ice cream with like some Oreos crumbled on it or something. But it's actually called Love You a Latte. Lemonade Shop. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with these, but I have to have them apparently. And then I think this might be my favorite. Toxic Oreo. So fun. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I wish my camera would focus. I gotta figure things out. Yeah. So, hey, more acquisitions. Alright, I'll get back to editing now. Bye.